3 weeks, the Niners are 3-0. What have we learned about them?
Well, number one, we learned that they know that they start slow because the initiative to start fast has been very noticeable since the season has started, right? Um, what we also have learned is that Christian McCaffrey has been tabbed as the tip of the spear. He goes as we go, as far as the
Mm.
entire offense is concerned. And I think last year, I think maybe it was explained away as being just a ripple effect throughout the league. We got him in the middle of the year. A lot of people weren't prepared for him, and just things happen in the middle of the year, right? Where you can just get a likely attribute or something that can help your team, and you could just ride it out for the middle of the season. But for him to like kind of circle the block and kind of show that like, nah, I'm him, the two-man Taylor. Like I'm here. You know what I'm saying? Like that kind of is something that I even in camp, Grant, like this is another realization about Christian McCaffrey kind of being the number one guy on our team, is that we were chirping about why he was getting so many off days in not only preseason but camp. Like, why is Christian getting all these off days? Why is he getting all these off days? Now we
I
see.
know. Yeah.
Now
Because
now
they're
we
going to
see.
give him the Terrell Davis treatment.
Yes. We
Yeah.
now we know why he's getting all those off days, because they're literally going to spam him.
Yeah.
Like they're gonna spam Christian all day. Two, I would think that our secondary has yet to see another test. I
Yeah.
what Matt Stafford did to us through the air, it did concern me. Especially how we were soft underneath. Javarius Ward struggled at times. Ambry Thomas struggled at times. Um, and really, I just believe that Daniel Jones just wasn't in a position to really take advantage of our secondary. I'm not too concerned with our safeties, but I am looking at that nickel spot. Isaiah Oliver has not won me over. So
You
um
know, I watched the game again. I thought he did a good job on tight end, Darren. I feel like he can do that. He did a good job
mm,
on Darren Waller, I thought. I wouldn't lie. I don't trust him on a wide receiver.
yeah, I mean, but there's also a play where Darren Waller dropped a wide open slant that he got on Isaiah Oliver, and Isaiah Oliver was like damn near not in the picture. That's how open Darren Waller was. So I'm really worried about that slot position every week, and I believe Kyle alluded to it, but every week, we're gonna face somebody's answer at quarterback because it's the NFL, right? We're gonna face somebody's answer at pass rusher because it's the NFL. You're gonna face. You're not a real NFL team if you don't have anybody that can go get the quarterback, right? And we're also gonna face somebody at the slot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We're gonna
Yeah.
face somebody at the slot. We're always gonna face somebody who is tabbed to either kill the seams at tight end or at receiver, and that's the part of our defense where I do feel like the jury is still out on that slot side, on that nickel position.
I think the jury's still out on the right, or the right side of the offensive line still has a lot to prove. Brock
Very
still
true.
has a lot to prove. Kyle still has a lot to prove. So to me, it's like they took care of business against three teams they needed to take care of business against. And that's great because they weren't necessarily taking care of business early in the season last year. But since they've had Christian McCaffrey, I mean, he's consistent and they've been consistent with him. I feel like we're still waiting to see if they're better than the best teams in the league. Like beating the Giants doesn't prove much. And it was 17-12 late in the third quarter. Like that
Mm-mm.
game wasn't the statement game that the Niners made it seem with that final score. And neither was the one against the Rams. Like it's not I guess a win's a win, but you would expect the best team in the league to sort of make a statement against the Giants the way that the Cowboys did.
Mm, I don't agree with that. The Giants and the Cowboys have a lot more history than us and the
That's
Giants.
true.
And
That's
although
true.
we do have history with the Giants, right? Uh, I just feel as though that's more of a divisional game. It's early in the season. You got to show
It's
and
true.
prove. All your fan base is trying to see what you guys been doing all summer. That hits a little bit different than them coming over. scoring their first set of points within the first half, within the sixth quarter, after 6 quarters in their entire season. And um I wouldn't disrespect the game and say that we're overlooking a team, but it does matter on how you want to beat a team, knowing what you got down the road. I would want us to be able to get past the Giants and the Cardinals so we can be ready for Dallas, right? And if you know that the Giants are coming in and they're missing a Saquon Barkley, they're missing half of the left side of their offensive line. This isn't one of those this isn't one of those games where like you get caught trying to wow the fans. You know what I mean? This is one of those games where you're trying to get everybody out of here not hurt. Let's win this game. Let's get some good tape, work out some kinks that we know we can get against other teams to get a good look, and let's move on, right? I
Mhm.
don't think that it's too early in the season to kind of get caught trying to like win on points. Like style wins ain't really it right now. You know what
Mhm.
I'm saying? Just getting them is really kind of like what I'm now. If we struggled against them, right? Like if we like barely eked it out, I'd be saying the same thing, but context matter. I wouldn't have my chest poked out as much. But at the same time, this one counts, man. 3-0 against a team at home, got out of there with no injuries and did it without Brandon Ayuk. And then another thing, too, is for all of the deloading and arm fatigue conversations that we have about Brock, he did this on a short week,
Mhm.
right? And still dropped back over 30 times and let the ball go. So I'm still paying attention to that elbow. It
True.
all plays.
Yeah. Show me Kennel says, let Jawan walk and keep Bell. I'm for it. I think that's probably what they're going to do. Ronnie Bell looks like someone who could become a quality slot receiver. I mean, he was playing X last night in place of Brandon Ayuk, and I thought he made some plays. Made a nice
Yeah, he had a
touchdown
lot of
catch and a
heads
nice
up
route.
plays too, man. Like he's just a ball player, bro. Like he
Mhm.
reminds me of a more refined Kendrick Bourne. Like
Hmm.
just heady,
Or
all
like a tough
very
Dante Pettis.
yeah, yeah.
Sorry.
Yes.
But like the special teams impact.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
he's always fitting inside the like the Meshuggah, like the in between of the game. You know what I'm saying? So, oh, you don't know what Meshuggah is?
What do you think Meshuggah is?
In between, the in between two things. Tell me what Meshuggah is.
I
Look it up.
mean, I, Meshuggah I thought was crazy.
No,
Stood
no, I'm sorry, not Meshuggah, Minchkite. Sorry,
No,
Minchkite.
A Menschkeit is a good person.
Like an
Meshuggah means a crazy person.
yeah,
A
Meshuggah is
Menschkeit,
bullshit. Yeah, I know Meshuggah is bullshit. I'm sorry,
see, that's funny. See,
Minchkite.
now you're going
Let's
Yiddish,
go,
man. That's what I
Minchkite.
know.
Yeah,
Menschkeit,
look.
what is Menschkeit? Menschkeit, I thought was
Yeah,
hold on,
Minchkite is like the agreement between, like in between.
a person who's admired, respected, trusted. It's all right, man. I like on the East Coast people be speaking, be using that Yiddish, but maybe using it a different way. Anyway, I had to interject. I
Mm,
had to interject.
I'm not mad at that,
Menschkeit.
Grant.
It's okay.
Yo,
Kenny,
so go
go
ahead.
ahead. No, go
No,
ahead.
Kenny, go ahead.
Kenny says two things. Number one, I was watching the game with a Cowgirls fan, and he bet on the New York Giants. Hilarious. Two, I think we all know the real test comes in week 5 and possibly Cincinnati. Yeah, we're going to project ahead in a second. Steven says, I hear people say people will start to double Debo with Ayuk out, but the Giants had advanced notice with Ayuk that Ayuk was likely out. Yeah. Yeah, it's true. Dazza says 3-0 is great, but until we play Cowboys, Eagles, Bengals, Jags, Ravens, I don't think we'll know about this team. Bengals been playing like buns this year. Just want to point that out. Keith Murphy says Cowboys always pancake garbage teams. I believe they beat Minnesota 41-0 last year. At this point, only statement Dallas can make is against good teams. I mean, it's the same with the Niners, I guess. Matthew Sanders says it looked like Kyle was using the first quarter to download what the Giants were doing on D and analyzing not pretty okay. Coach, is this a valid approach?
Mm, yeah, I mean, I go back to that again. Say that again.
It looked like Kyle was using the first quarter to download what the Giants were doing on D and analyzing. Not pretty. Coach, is this a valid approach?
No, I don't. I don't think. I don't. If he was doing that, that's new.
Mhm.
Um, but I think that they're trying to score. They're trying to get out the script that they have, and trying to win and not get hurt. I just don't like that type of strategizing. In my opinion, that type of strategizing is for like the playoffs, where you have a team that is like curated and like specifically ready for you. Like that's when you do like that type of meticulous preparing.
Mhm,
But like in week 3, we're still trying to figure out who we are at the same
mhm.
time. You know what I mean? It's just early.
Anoop says Kyle was good. Offense looks super. 1 in 12, 13, and 22 personnel. MO blockers, less problems. Brock is accurate, even deep when he is protected. Yeah. Mac Daddy says glad Thursday is over. Not fair to players and coaches. Cash grab. All in all, sloppy, but ball. It's understandable. True, it's the Thursday night effect.